So for verifying trig identities, what we want to do is show through substitutions and algebraic work that this does equal this. So the way I do that is I take the side on the left and write that down. Tangent of x times cotangent of x. And what I want to do is do some substitutions with the identities on the green sheet to show that it does actually equal 1. So the substitution that I'm going to use in this first one is found in the reciprocal identities section. Tangent of x actually equals 1 over cotangent of x. So I'm going to sub this out for 1 over cotangent of x. I'm not going to do anything with that. So I just basically copy this, but in place of that, I put that. Now, algebraically, if you have a cotangent of x here on the top and a cotangent of x here on the bottom, those can cancel out. So you're left with 1. 1 was what we wanted it to equal. So we showed here, through a substitution and a cancellation, that it equals 1. Some of the strategies for verifying trig identities are as follows. Use substitutions from the green sheet. When I say green sheet, I'm talking about the green trig cheat sheet with the unit circle that I passed out in class. The ones that we are really focusing on to start with for these trig identities are these 3. So here's where we're going to live for a while until we learn other things, but these are the 3 categories that we will use when we do our proofs. Other things will be use algebraic techniques. You can't be making things up that aren't algebraically true, but you can do like this substitution that I did there. That would work. You could try algebraic techniques. Might include foiling, might include factoring, might include adding fractions, canceling, all of the things that, just different things that you can do when you are working with algebraic expressions. Another strategy would be to try and get same trig functions in the problem. So that's one strategy that I used here. I started with 2 different ones, tangent of x, cotangent of x. I wanted there to be 2 cotangents of x's, so I subbed out my tangent of x for something that had a cotangent in it so that I had similar things there. They won't always cancel, but they will combine, and if they're the same, it works to, combine or cancel. Next is start over if you get stuck. So if you are going down a proof and you're not really sure where to go next, you might want to try starting over and trying something different. If I would have got stuck here, I could have started over and thought, well, maybe I should sub this out. Or maybe I should have subbed this out for a quotient identity. If something doesn't work, you can always start over and try something different. There's multiple ways to do every proof, and if one way doesn't work for you, start over. The last thing I'm going to say is try something. If you sit and stare at the proof, it is not going to get done. If you do a substitution, it might lead you to something else. If you try a cancellation, it might lead you to something else. So just try something, and even if it doesn't lead down to the right answer, you will find out that's not the path, and you might be able to try something else that might